We're out in the field. We've already done a field. I've been trying out this PPP signal. I wanted to drill a field out using it, and if you go back through the videos, you'll see a video there with Spearwerken and its spring update video. You'll see it working in the flesh, but unbelievable. We just drilled, it's a 35-acre field, so plenty big enough field. Started one side of the field, put an AB line in, put a straight line in, and then worked our way from the other side of the field, fully expecting to have a miss at the end. And I kid you not, it was absolutely bang on perfect. We worked our way across the field, we went and filled up with seed, we went and filled up with fuel, and when we got to the very end, it was absolutely bang on the money, on the mark, dead center of the tractor coming out. And it really surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought we were going to have a big miss at the end where the line shifts about. But anyway, we're going to be doing a bit more testing with that. The RTK is brilliant and it is very accurate, and it will guarantee every single time bring you back to your wheelings if that's the sort of job you want. But for us, we don't really need that sort of accuracy for our farm in particular. You know, if you're doing sectional control and controlled wheelings and stuff like that, that's what it's for really. So anyway, we're going to be doing some testing. But if a free service can offer you that sort of accuracy, well, these old boys, these guys charging for the signal ain't going to do very well. Anyway, yeah, that was a big old field. That took us, well, I don't know how long that took us. About about 3 hours that took us. Anyway, we're nearly done on Alistair's. We're on the last field, just putting in the first time round. Very impressive with how it's gone in. Even in the tender areas, it's still gone in remarkably well. I think it's, if it's given the chance to grow, I've said to farmer, it will still do 4 ton. I've got a feeling. It's just, that's how well it's going in. It's just lovely. It's still damp underfoot, and you're still leaving marks whenever you pick the drill up. But we haven't missed any areas at all due to wet. And for the water that was laid at this farm, it just surprises me. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Anyway, we're going to get this last field done. It's Sunday. We're hoping to get a bit of time with the kids this afternoon, and then we're coming back tomorrow, and then we've got a little bit of waiting to do for some other fields to dry up. We're hoping to get a little bit more in if we can. The weather does look like it's staying dry, but it's just dull and gloomy, and it just doesn't dry very much. Just need a bit of wind or something just to help things along the way. But we're hoping to get a few more fields in if we can, but if not, we're still very happy with what we've done. And I've had a couple of late nights. Nothing's been easy at all, and the first couple of days were yes, I would, it just if it's all like this, I would have been super happy. But we'll see how it goes. We're late drilling now. It's the I think it's the 3rd or 4th of November now. 3rd of November I think today, so it's plenty late enough. Every day you miss now, it drops off on the yield at the end, so that's why we're rushing to get it in as quickly as possible. We had a really good day yesterday, got a lot done yesterday. If we pushed ourselves, if we were in a rush and rain was coming, we would have easily finished the whole lot here before midnight, I would have thought. So yeah, we had a really good day. 2 bags of seed in here and we'll be done. Take the tractor back to the farm and then see what else we got to put in. But it's been a bit of a rush job, I'm afraid. I haven't done my usual recordings with everything. I'll show you a couple of ups and downs when we get onto the straight line work. But I could not believe this. I haven't been using it because we've had our RTK subscription. I just haven't been using the PPP one. Oh man, unbelievable. Yeah, this thing's got the new tramline feature where it'll mark your tram lines all the way across. So it puts them in yellow. and you tell it where you want it, and it'll do that across the field. We're on PPP now. This is satellite based, so we're not reliant on any phone signals for this. It's just pinging back from the satellite, and yeah, it has opened my eyes up massively. But the seed rate's been perfect. Everything's it's just gone really nice, and everything you know, it's just drilled quite nice. You can see the wheelings of the tractor, but you just can't odds that. It's not going to get any drier underneath, so it is what it is. We'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, we're about 25% there, something like that. A couple of hours we'll be done. Really happy to get this drilled in. Once we're done, we're going to bring the drill home. Farmer's going to come up, get the loader, and then we'll see tomorrow what we've got in front of us tomorrow. But I can't get my head around this. I used it in the summer and I thought it was good, but I didn't realise how good it was. Be glad to get this one done. Should be done about 3 o'clock. Go home, have some dinner, start again tomorrow. Monday 4th of November. We've been drilling this late before. It's very unusual. Anyway, last night we finished up at Alistair's. The last field didn't drill as nice as everything else. There was just 8 or 9 passes with a wet hole in each pass. I was having to feather the wheel a little bit just to I did drag it through and nothing blocked up, so the seeds are there, it's been planted. We weren't going to leave a tiny, you know, 4 acres and come back to it. There's no point in that. So today's mission, we're going back to some of the wetter fields closer to Collins. We're going to try and get them drilled if possible. We've got yeah, some of them laid water, and wherever it's been laid water, it's just been, you know, and naturally it's wetter. We did the right thing and left it a few days. Today it's not a bad day. It's not foggy like it was the other morning, so I think we'll get across a few of them before we tackle the wettest of the lot. The drill's been going sweet. We've just been doing some checks. We're greasing. Daily ones are the bearings on the drill carrying wheels, the metering shaft, the fans. They're your daily ones, and obviously your markers as well. And then every 3 days we do the shaft and the folding parts as well. But yeah, the drill's been holding up really well. It drilled, you know, a lot of Alice's is quite light and sandy in places, so didn't give the drill a lot of stick. It was actually, we were drilling up at 13.5k. The spout didn't block up. We changed that a little bit where that roots, made the pipe shorter and brought the pipe a different way to what it had been, and that seems to have cured that. So always the end pipe, it's the longest pipe, so when you go up and come back on yourself, it's like 2 legs width missed. So yes, how many passes of that we've got, I don't know. It's a bit of a shame. I don't like that. Can't tell when it's blocked up either. You just get out to put seed in, do your seed check, which is why you do your seed check. It hasn't been the greatest of fun this time. I really enjoy drilling, but it's been hard work and not that enjoyable. So, but we've got some in the ground. That gets the combine rolling for next year. It just gets the combine rolling that bit earlier, so you're not doing everything in one go. If you're on spring crops, you've got a lot to do all in a short amount of time. It's surprising, even in the slimiest of conditions, this thing just rides on top like a balloon. It amazes me every year, and you have it in every field. Not, you know, 99% of every field is dry. You always have a wet area, and this thing just floats on top, and it's just unbelievable. Far from ideal this year, and late as well, which means we're going to get a very nice spring. This is called Blake's, this field. One of the better fields usually dries first, usually out here drilling first, but Christ, it's not going in. It's going in, but it's not going in perfect by any means. There's wet bits all over it, especially where there's stood water. It's going to get worse as we go that way. We might have to abandon it because yes, nice. It's all right in this part. This part's the you know, if it was all like that, perfect, no worries, I can get that in. But There is a little wet patch. We drill our way that way anyway and see. Hopefully we're. I imagine we'll put our second bag in then, and we'll be heavy going through it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's fighting us. It's just fighting us. The farmer wants to try these next fields. They're in no better condition. I don't know if we're better off waiting. Every day we wait now, we lose yield. I don't know if we're better off leaving it. I don't know. Yeah, nature of the year, I think. This edge is really tender. Nothing I can do but turn on it. Gonna be a right mess. I don't know. Might prove me wrong, but you know, I don't know. I don't know where they draw the line, you know. Well, I do. When once the tractor's spinning on top, you draw the line, you know. If it's all like that, you can't drill it. But whether this is worth drilling, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how we go here. Could get interesting. Not been fun at all. I really enjoy the job of drilling, but when it's like this, it's just it's not as satisfying. You know, you're already on a back foot. It's hard work. Anyway, we're going to crack on, see if we can get this done. I might be able to bodge it in, and we're on the bodging side now. This ain't going in perfect by any means. So I hate that word. I hate the fact that we're even, you know, we told ourselves before we started that if it weren't right, we weren't planting it, and this one is borderline not right. But we're in here now, so what do? Do you keep going, or do you... Oh God. We're going to have 3 or 4 years where we don't have to deal with this sort of stuff after this year. We'll get a nice spring. Am I dreaming? Anyway, we've got a perfect straight line. That's all I can say. No tram lines again. I've got a feeling you're going to see wheelings throughout the whole entire year. You can see every single pass I've done in the wheelings, and I've got the wheel eradicators in, not as deep as they'll go, but damn near, you know, they're in deep, deeper than we normally put them in. When it's like this, I wish someone else was on the drill, because, you know, everybody holds you to account then. You know, should I be saying, no, it ain't right, we shouldn't drill it? Or do you put it in and it might stay dry and grow and it'll be a 3-ton crop and you'll be pretty happy? But I don't know. We're going to see for sure anyway. If it doesn't do well, I will know that next time we're bodging it in like this, there's no point. So, you know, the metering wheel's still going round. Just, you know, it's just licking to everything, licking to tyres, licking, you know, it's not blocking up, it's just tacky, you know, it's just... Right, we're in one of the other fields. You can see where all the water was laid. Everything that side of what I drilled was laid water in his. Yeah. I will try and do a pass through it at the end, but I'm going to drill the good first. This side's alright. Wherever it's green, it's fine. I've already found 2 big holes so far. You know, where it's good, it's okay. It's not brilliant, but it's just okay. There was obviously a wet hole here. I'm doing my best with it. If you can keep the tyres clean for a little bit, you can get through, you know, a little bit before it all packs up and stops you. Oh God. Anyway, I'm doing my best here. This side was obviously the wettest. This is my worst for getting seed in. This is the worst I've ever experienced. So I suppose you have to take the good with the bad. If it grows, I'll be astounded. I'll be the happiest man in the world. To be fair, that don't look too bad, does it? Down there, that's acceptable. And we might get half this field drilled, and then have to put the other half in spring wheat or something like that. I don't know. We will see. But we should get this top half done anyway. That'll be no problem. We've got a field next door. We're going to try and have a look in there. And then we've got the 2 plough match fields, renowned to be very wet. We'll have a look, we'll see what the field conditions are. If they're no worse than this, we'll plant them. But yeah, farmer's going in there anyway today with a sprayer, so we shall know shortly. There's one field behind us, that can be a real pain field. And then there's one, the railway field, that one is always last. And in the spring we had to actually come back and re-drill it. It did all right, but we did have to come back and re-drill it just because I can't remember, it was wet. Wet being the big problem round here. It's only going to get wetter as years go on and no maintenance is done to the rivers or the it's just going to be an ongoing problem until the government want us planting food again. They are not going to alleviate that problem for us. So yes, yeah, a bit of a struggle for farmers around you know, now they're making it hard work. We work like absolute dogs, and I can't see the reason why we do it anymore, but there's no incentive to do anything. Yeah, you'd have heard other farmers moaning and whinging, you know, they just keep making it more and more difficult, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, they're importing all your food, telling you that we're being very economical, but they're boating it in from halfway across the world and then telling the world how good they are. So yeah, I don't know where it will all end. Farmers seriously, you know, the last 2 years have been ever so difficult. We're just banging our heads against a brick wall even now. You know, look at this. What, far from perfect. What do? We're farmers. It's all we know, and I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, this field's going to make me work for it. I got as close to the muck heap as I possibly could. Sank a little bit, pooed my pants a little bit, but in the end it come out. Where it's green is good, you know. It'll plant. I know that'll grow for sure. So 2/3 of this field will be good. Right, anyway, wish me luck. I'll come back later on with a bit of an update. Hopefully we move on to something a little bit easier. But the next field, I don't know what's going on at Jim's farm. We've been told to hold off. There's things happening over there. So I can't tell you what they are because it's none of my business. But we've been told to hold off for now. So that won't get planted. That's a shame, because while we were planting that, this could have had more time drying, and that would have left it ideal. And it'll be a shame if it doesn't get drilled, because it's all prepped, ready to go, and it's good going over there. So that's where we always start. You see, that's the best, you know, the best drying land and good dirt. But yeah, we've been told to hold off, so we've got to hold off. We'll know a bit more in the spring on that one. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, we're going to get this one drilled out. These are all oats, they've been sprayed off. Farmers sprayed them off, so yes. Got a wet hole in the middle. I imagine I'll be spinning my way through that. The other field drilled out as best as it could. I was surprised. Keithy came across, helped me get, I was in the worst part of the field, needed to get only, you know, I only needed like 300 kilos of seed to finish the field. So Keithy helped me get a bag in there, and yes, in the end it drilled as well as it could have for how tender it was. And if that grows and produces 3 tons, I'll be astounded. I think it's all about if it's given the chance to grow from now, you know, in the next 3 weeks. If this corn can get out the ground, it'll grow, and if it can't, then, you know, if we get hit with a horrendous amount of rain again, you know, we're still getting some done, aren't we? You know, every time we're doing another pass, there's one less pass to do. So anyway, I'm going to speak to the farmer, see if he'll give me a week off after this, because yeah, to say my head hurts is understatement. And it's not the job, it's just I don't know if it's your worry about, you know, you sort of worry about it before you even get there. And I'm not one to worry, but when it's, I just hate it when it's tender like it is. I don't know, because I've never done it that much, I don't know when to call the line, I don't know when to tell him that's not good enough, and I don't want to see him waste money. You know, I don't want to see the farm lose money because I've kept going when I probably shouldn't. You can only but learn as you go, can't you? So we'll learn something from this. You know, if it all grows, you know, and we get another similar year, I'll be like, yeah, don't worry about that, let's keep going. But this will be all right, this will be fine. We managed to drill the bottom of that field. That wasn't pretty, but I don't know how it does it, but this drill just drills in. I've no idea what it will look like, whether it'll grow or not. It was literally, I always say it, but to me it was damn near, you know, get out of it sort of time. But we drilled it. It doesn't look too bad. We're in the next field. This is Jackie's, so we're going to drill this one. We've got one more. We're going to try tomorrow, see what it does first time round. If it lets us drill it, we'll drill it. If it doesn't, then we will patch in the big field, and then we're heading back to mix for 2 little fields down there, and we'll be done. That's it. That's all we're going to do. And yeah, we'll have to just see how it goes and how it comes. Once it's all out of the ground, we can see the drill rows and stuff like that. We'll go around with the drone, but it's going to take longer to grow now. It's colder, the ground's colder, so everything takes a little bit longer. That's why you got to go with slug pellets, because the slugs will get in there and get at it, and the slugs will hollow out the grains if you don't slug pellet. So yeah, Keithy's been running around with the bike doing that, so yeah, he's nearly caught up actually, so that's a good thing. Anyway, nearly done here. Got some fiddling about with the Manitou and putting everything away. So yeah, we'll pick it up in the morning, and yeah, fingers crossed we'll get finished tomorrow.